What is up, guys? I can only be here for a short bit because I do have to go to work soon. But
Yeah, absolutely. And what's up, everybody? Welcome back for another live with Sal and Cody here for What's in Your Portfolio. So, welcome back to Simply Investing. I'm going to put the link to join in the chat too if you want to share. Just kind of going over some of the news about what's going on in the world with our portfolios, what changes are to make. There's a lot of crazy things that are going on. I already posted a video about the market update, so I'm kind of skip all that news. We all know the market's kind of trading sideways right now and kind of leveling off, but we're still going expecting a nice drop. However, I do want to say from the stock side, I am dropping my BlackRock stock, LPY stock, and ORC stock. And the reason because is they hold a lot of debt, and 8 million American or 9 million Americans are not paying their debts. So it looks like I'm going to be losing money on those, and I am getting out now. If you guys are in those companies, I would recommend doing the same. Get out right now before it's too late. So I have liquidated my positions on those, and I will be re-entering those into other more sound companies for recession-proof, such as uh, Walmart, and I'm going to be putting quite a bit of money into Coinbase as well.
speaking of the not paying debt thing, I'm seeing that trend on TikTok a lot, where a lot of people are saying they're not going to pay their debts.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, guys, it's only going to hurt yourself. And not paying the student loan debts, what that's going to happen is your credit's going to get hit. It's going to be unrecoverable. You can't bankruptcy out student loans. And then on top of all of that, your tax money is going to cover the businesses that lost. My suggestion is just pay it off and then don't get into debt again. And anyone that's going to college, make sure that you're reading the documents of the student loans that you are getting. Make sure you're understanding what field you're going into, what you want to do. You know, really look into what that loan document says. Like, don't just blindly accept it. But with that being said, like I said, I'm liquidating about. Now, it's not coming out of my stock portfolio, but I'm liquidating about $700,000 out of those three positions I mentioned.
Damn.
Pull up, see exactly how much I have in each. So, yeah, it's about $700,000, and I'm going to be putting that into Coinbase, Coca-Cola, and Walmart as we go through.
I can see Coinbase doing well because I'm noticing that the subscriber count on the Coinbase One membership, the $30 monthly membership, it actually does save you money because the last time I bought Quant, I bought $500 worth, and that was on
Mm-hmm.
Friday. And Coinbase fees were going to charge me $20 in fees, but because I paid a $30 a month subscription, I didn't have to pay the $20 fee. So it's like, I buy Quant about 2 to 3 times a month. So if I'm making $400, $500 purchases like that, that's like $60 a month in fees when I'm paying $30 a month for Coinbase One, and it saves me on those fees. So Coinbase One
Exactly.
is really good, and I think they're also doing exclusive giveaways for Coinbase One members. Like they had a 5 Bitcoin giveaway that just ended recently, and it was only for Coinbase One members. So I can see the Coinbase One subscriber count, especially next bull run. Oh my goodness. Next bull run, I think Coinbase One members are going to hit an all-time high. And I think that'll do well for the Coinbase stock because Coinbase One is a pretty good subscription. You can also pay up front 300. It's like $300 a year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So that's more good reason to put money into Coinbase. And right now it's at a nice discount. Let me pull that up here.
Because, dude, I am saving money on fees. Coinbase has a high fee count, and I think it's smart because with those fees, it just makes people want to buy the Coinbase One subscription. And that's going to do very well for Coinbase. Very well.
Yeah, even still, even though we're up from the we're double or almost triple up on from where it was during the summer, but it's still at a good discount. It's definitely undervalued. Coinbase, and I have a video next Friday's stock pick video is going to be on Coinbase, so I'm not going to go in too much on it. But Coinbase is definitely looking like you can make some money on this in the long term. With crypto keep growing, they're doing everything right. They're working with the government, not both on legislation for crypto, but also on doing over-the-counter transactions for the crypto thefts and all that stuff that's been going on, so it doesn't
Coin,
affect the market and protecting you guys, the retail investor. Uh,
Coinbase did make a good argument in court that there's a argument in court, the SEC and Coinbase said, there is no contract with these tokens. There's no investment contract with those tokens that were mentioned as securities. It's like
Absolutely.
there's no contract with them. Yeah, everything is speculation. And that's another thing I want to cover about people. The average person, you talk about crypto, they're like, that's a
Mhm.
speculative asset. Well, here's my take. My take is starting a business is speculative, because when you're starting a business, you're speculating that your business is going to be profitable. Just like starting a job, you're speculating that you're going to move up and grow in that job. That's not guaranteed. Everything in life is speculation. So when I hear people strictly talk about stocks and crypto being speculative, I kind of see that as like a pointless argument, because literally everything in life, waking up tomorrow morning, that's speculative. Everything is speculative in life. That's why you got to take the risk.
Oh, absolutely. Everything is speculative. And running a business is far worse than speculating on some crypto, because let me tell you something. If I had failed at running my moving company and hit bankruptcy, it would take me another 10 to 15 years to recover. Rather than if you lost money on crypto, you could probably recover in about 5 years. But I get it. There are a lot of scams, and unfortunately, scams and Ponzi schemes involving, especially crypto, they do target a lot of elderly people. And unfortunately, at that period of your life, you can't recover from any scam or fraud or anything that hurts you negatively. Like right now, inflation is affecting a lot of people who are retired and fixed income people, and they're having to go get part-time jobs, come back to the workforce because they need to bridge that gap. But everything's speculative, and all you can do is do your best to hedge your risks and not make as many gambits as you possibly can, while preserving the money you have and while growing the wealth that you can have. That's why we always say dollar cost averaging in every on a scheduled basis is better than trying to time the market. Cody actually, percentage wise, outperforms my crypto portfolio because I don't dollar cost average in on a regular basis. I kind of try to dollar cost average in when I see lower amounts. I'm starting to just dollar cost average in just every, like, doing a little bit every week, but you're going to win. You're going to make a bigger gain by just constantly putting money in. Same thing with the stock market, constantly put money in. And even my Betterment accounts, my wealth fund accounts, my two financial advisors that manage money with me for me, they're outperforming my stock picks in the short term and in the intermediate term. But the long term, I'm kind of hoping like some of my stock picks pan out. That's all. That's all we're doing, and that's speculation. So, but Cody's absolutely right. Like, everything is a speculative amount. I mean, when you go work for Walmart, it's still a little bit of a speculation. You're kind of hoping that everyone that's running the company is doing the right thing, and that the doors are going to be open for you the next day, that you're not, that when you cash your paycheck from Walmart, it's not going to bounce. So, everything is still speculative, and there's nothing you can do because you can't predict human emotion and hundreds of millions of people's decision on trying to make what they think is best for themselves.
100%.
So, but we do appreciate you guys joining in here. I see we got quite a few people coming in on Twitch and Facebook, oddly enough, and some of you guys on YouTube joining live. Give us your thoughts, comment in the chat. But also, this live is sponsored by you guys. If you guys can hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps us out as we are trying to grow. And Cody and I just like talking about this stuff on a daily basis. So help us grow, and we can talk to more people. But going back to crypto, I'm also thinking about dropping my soul right now, just because like I made my money off of it. I don't think I should wait any longer. I might be dropping that, but that's only 1% of my portfolio. And I can tell you guys right now, I'm buying Quant, Dot, and I'm buying Link. That's really it. And if
Those are literally the big three I have.
Yeah, and if the prices are right on Ethereum, I might buy some more Ethereum. That's it. Yeah, like if I see Ethereum go below 2100, which we probably will see in the coming months, I will start buying Ethereum. I also need a lot of Ethereum to cash out my ERC20 tokens as well, such as Quant, Chainlink, and Dot. So just keep that in mind if you do hold those as well, that you are holding those for you. Um, I also want to say, like I'm probably also going to put more money into Arbitrum. Cody and I kind of went over that. I think that's a still a good deal. I'm trying to bring that up to about 12% of my portfolio. And right now, I'm still holding on to Bank of America, Walmart, Coinbase, Healthcare Association, AT&T, Apple, Microsoft, and Porch Moving Group. I'm still holding those stocks in my stock portfolio, and I'm also still holding. I did buy another round of Ripple stock when it was announced on Link2, but I still have Uphold, Cerebus, and Ripple under there. Although I expect to, it's not looking too good for Cerebus. That might be a 200K loss for me, but that was a risk I was willing to take. So, but other than that, these coming weeks, I think the focus right now is a lot of people are filing taxes and they realize they're not getting anything. And I gotta tell you guys, make sure you're honest with all your taxes, because what's happening is not only did taxes increase for everybody across the board, they even increased for me. Last year, I paid personal taxes of like 600,000, and this year I paid 1.382 million in taxes. But I also made triple last year what I did the year before, so just keep that in mind too. But my percentage went from 12% to 16% of my income, so taxes went up for me. I see that taxes went up for everyone else. But if you have filed your taxes wrong or omitted things that you should have put in there, what the IRS does is they audit you silently, and then they just add that stuff back in on your next tax return. And you might not see it added on there, and that's why your return is getting adjusted down. So, but it's just with me, just kind of keep telling you guys, just be honest. If it's a loss, it's a loss. If you got to pay them, pay them. It's better to overpay and then come back and try to fight to get your money back, rather than underpay and try to fight not paying anymore, because the IRS is always going to win. You can't beat the people that print the money. That's just how I've always been told. You can't go to court against the people who can print the money, because they're always going to be able to fight you. So the best thing to do is pay whatever they say that you're going to pay, and then go back and try to get your money back. It's a little easier. And always be honest on everything. Especially if you've been in crypto, you probably had some losses. Write that stuff off. Like, don't hide that you have crypto. Write the losses off, because writing the losses off now will help you make money in the future, or earn less on the taxes. Then you have a record of losses. But also keep in mind, you guys aren't going to pay any taxes until you sell the asset, whether it's real estate, stocks, crypto. You don't pay your capital gains until you make the physical profit. So there's no point in not hiding it, and your bank transactions are all recorded, so the IRS already knows that you've been putting money into crypto. But with that said, I'll let Cody talk about how his portfolio is going. I know he's got a little bit of time before he has to head into work. Cody, can you hear us? All right, I mean, he might be occupied there, but I do know that Cody Did buy some more quant. If you are on Patreon and got access to our Discord, you Cody has been purchasing some more quant. You can also follow his TikTok at codyharris.eth and go on there and kind of check out as well what he's been doing. But he's almost up to 10,000 in today's dollars quant, which is he's going to make a good return. And for you guys coming in, uh, we're Cody and I are still quite bullish on quant. We haven't sold any in the past year or so. I know I sold a little bit in 2022 when it went down and went back up, but I've been holding pretty much ever since and just been stacking into that bag. But what I can say is that quant, it should have a nice run in this bull run, but we're not going to get this bull run until the end, until like the middle or the end of 2025. It does not look like we're going to get a bull run this this year because there's so many weird things that are going to happening. I know the halving's coming. That usually predicts next bull run in 6 months, but I have a crazy feeling that that's going to push it back quite a bit because pushing it back, it's going to keep pushing that back because we got the auto industry failing. We got auto loans and short-term loan industry failing. We're starting to see cracks in real estate. All the auto loans failing is going to push into regional banks failing, followed by mortgages not being made, people not buying houses, builders going bankrupt, then finally real estate agencies and firms going bust. Excuse me. It's just going to keep pushing that way, right? What I can say is that you just got to be in the market, keep investing, don't worry about what's happening elsewhere. Just make sure you understand what you're investing, and when it gets too risky for you, that's when you pull out. If you get too worried and you're getting too emotional, that's when you should pull out the money to let it to get out or reanalyze what you're investing in so that way you don't make an emotional decision upon your investment. Because if you're in a bad investment and you should cash out, you don't want to go all in on it. Or if you're in an investment that's doing really well, but it's having a short term hit, you don't want to make a panic sale and exit out of your position and lose money. You just kind of want to stay the course, which for the most part, in most things, you just want to stay the course. Like you really don't want to, lose ground on anything like that. You just want to just stay the course on it. But as far as like businesses and economy going, like how this is going to affect our portfolio, it's like you're going to see a 25 to 30, maybe even 35% hit on your crypto, stocks, real estate. I can tell you right now, a lot of people are going to be underwater on their mortgages as they're coming. We have more and more businesses laying off left and right. We have banks laying off. I think Citibank laid off 20,000 people and plan to lay off another 7% of their workforce. We have tech companies laying off. We have kind of like Sports Illustrated laid off 99% of the staff. They're pretty much out of business. We have Vroom getting rid of and laying off their whole online car sales division, and they're only focusing on loans. And unfortunately, that's usually a bad sign. They're on their way out probably because they're probably not writing enough loans to even sustain that. And then we have CarMax suffering. We have Carvana suffering. We have other retailers. We also have Rolls-Royce announced that they're getting into the $25,000 bracket of cars, which means they are thinking they're not going to do well in the coming years, meaning there's going to be a whole lot less wealthy people. And this is kind of the reset that everybody's been talking about. Like there's a lot of quick money people that are going to leave out. There's a lot, like I can tell you right now, all the gurus, online gurus, all the influencers, those cars are going to start going back. All the
Oh
rental
yeah.
companies, they're going under. I used to have an exotic rental car company, and let me tell you something. It's a lot of hard work and frustration for very little money. People don't pay. It takes a lot to maintain and maintenance those vehicles. They are on their way out. they can no longer lease or buy those cars, and soon they're no longer going to be able to rent those cars. So eventually those cars will disappear. And as people have to go get more and more job, like second jobs, three jobs, or they're doing side hustles, there everyone's going to have less and less time to be on here watching these videos. And that's how these guys make 90% of their money. Now, if I was in their position and I was making that much money, I would have been just buying real estate like crazy so I can get my rental income up, and then I would be investing the money into stocks and crypto. But they didn't do that. They just spent it living that lifestyle, and they have to keep spending it to keep that lifestyle up so that you can keep watching. Like I remember one of them I saw, he's like, I'm going to be the world's youngest billionaire. He's something like 20. His name was Gavin Wood, but I'm looking at him. It's like you're telling me you're on your way to being a billionaire, and you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but you're buying clothes that I could tell are from discount clothing retailers because they they look like they haven't been ironed. And if you have money, even if you're middle class, you can afford to go get clothes that have the anti-wrinkling um, feature in them. Like my suits, my pants, my work pants all have that. They all have that in there, and that's only like $100. So you're telling me you can't afford to get $100 pair of pants? Unfortunately, you took down the picture. I wish I had saved the picture. You have to go back on Time Machine to go get it. But it's like that guy's telling you he's all this wealthy, but I could tell you in his pictures, like this guy is living worse than paycheck to paycheck. Like they get money in and they have to spend it for that lifestyle. And I don't see, they're always saying like I have multiple cars, but the reason why they say I have multiple cars is because they're renting the cars. So the cars, they might not get the same car all the time. That's pretty much why. And I wish a lot of you young people wouldn't set life standards to those influencers, because 99% of them are fake. And even the ones that are like my age promoting that lifestyle, it's like they worked 20 years to get there. Like they started at like 15 and got there at 35. So like don't think you're going to come in at 18 and by 20 you're going to be living that lifestyle. No. Even Zuckerberg was the fastest youngest person to billionaire status, and it took 10 years to get there from 18 to 28. So just keep that in mind. But Cody, if you're back, you got any thoughts on your portfolio? What are you trying to do? Where are you taking your portfolio? I hope we got you at a good time.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, no worries. You want to give some thoughts on your portfolio, how you're adjusting, what are you preparing for?
Oh yeah, I'm just DCAing every week. My job actually switches to biweekly pay in March, so I'm taking advantage of weekly DCA until the biweekly pay comes in effect. So every week, every Friday, I buy. There's one Friday of the month that I have to pay rent, but other
Mm-hmm.
than paying rent, I can DCA every week. So I put in about. I've still been putting in like $1,000 a month. So by the end of this year, that's going to be like another $11,000 added into my crypto portfolio. So by the end of this year, I should end off I should definitely have, if crypto stagnates, I should be at 40,000. If we go up, I should have about 60 to 70,000 in crypto by the end of this year. So either way, I'll be sitting at 40 to 70,000 by the end of this year.
That's a good spot for Cody, especially with he's showing you that he's a young guy, 23. He's investing, and he's investing his money, putting his money where he needs to, and maintaining his credit score. Like he's going to come out in this next bull run in a great place. And join, if you want to join our network, $3 on Patreon. Join the network. Come on
Yeah,
in.
because I haven't been buying clothes. Like, I even need to go I haven't had a haircut in 3 months. Like, I need to get a haircut eventually. But it's like, I'd say 95% of the money that I've earned so far, at my job has gone into crypto. And the other 5% has gone to bills like rent, my credit card, so I can maintain that credit score. And yeah,
Mhm.
next bull run, I have a lot of plans for next bull run. I already know our viewers and our subscriber count will go up next bull run, but we'll have a lot to talk about. I've been on this DCA journey for 3 years pretty much. Like literally by November of this year, I've had Polkadot and Quant in my ledger for 3 years. That's if you. I was thinking about this yesterday. Like 3 years has already flown by pretty much. It's crazy. Like 2022 was 2 years ago, and I can't believe that. Like time has just blown by. Like when I first came into crypto, I was all like, man, I'm worried. Surviving a whole bear market, that seems like a long time, but time has actually gone by fast, dude.
Oh
Like
yeah.
when you work, when you have a 9 to 5, whether you run a 9 to 5 or you have a business, and you're constantly focused on money, and your mind's focused on investing, and you just work. I mean, the days just go by. They go by, and when you're sitting at home and you're not working, the days just take forever. But when you're working your ass off and you're investing, the time goes by. It really does.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I could tell you right now, it flew by like crazy. Like I
Like
don't
we
think
literally met. We met at like quarter 3 of. We met in August of 2021, and it's already almost February of 2024. Like, isn't that wild?
yep. Yeah, it's crazy how fast time goes, especially when you're focused on there. And now you guys are seeing like the time frame of us growing and building and getting to where we want to be on there. And it's not an easy route, and it's not going to happen in a couple months. It's going to take for Cody to get to the level of 7 figures where I'm at right now. It's going to take him probably 8 years at and at the pace he's going, which is pretty good. He's going to get there in his, I think,
I'd say
around
early
27.
30s. 27 to 30. Like I like next bull run, on the low end I should probably cash out about 150. On the high end I should probably cash out about 200 something. That's about how much I see. I mean, if I hit 300,000, that would be amazing. But anywhere from 150 to 200K is what I'm expecting from my portfolio. And that's why I'm
Oh,
not even going to
absolutely.
cash out. By the end of this year, my portfolio could hit about 60,000. I'm still not going to cash out. I'm not cashing out until I see a 6-digit portfolio balance, at least.
Exactly. Exactly. And I didn't mean to cut you off there, Cody, but it's like I tell you guys want to join the network so that way you can hop on and really see, because we got we got another young guy in there in real estate. He's doing a good job. He's starting to close a lot of deals, and he can help you get a good deal on the real estate.
Oh,
I know
that's
him
Aiden
and
Smith.
Cody.
I
Yep.
went to I went to high school with Aiden Smith. I know who he is.
Yeah, but he is definitely going to be a rising star in the real estate. He's got the right personality for real estate. But
And he's
also I want
younger. Yeah,
yep,
he's even younger than me. He's like
mhm.
19.
Yeah, and he's already making clocking in at 13 grand a month in commission. So he's hustling.
So
And that's no, go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry.
when I was a senior, so we both went to the same high. So when I was a senior in high school, he was a freshman, and I remember even in 2021, I was 21, and he was like what 17, 16, and he still was involved in crypto. So it's like even then.
Yeah. And he's regularly buying. Like I said, you guys want to join our Discord and really join in and get a lot of this, because that's all we talk about all day. Everyone's messaging each other, and we also like to keep everything within that network. So if you need to buy, want to buy a rental property, you want to buy a personal house, we got real estate agents in there to that are willing to help you. You want to help invest, you want to do business, you got myself. I'm hopefully going to find more people like myself to join in. So that way, you have more people to shoot ideas off of, more business ideas if you want to start a business or get an investor or an angel investor, things like that. that's what we're trying to build, as
Yeah.
well as a community that's constantly talking about what they're investing, what their vision of and their viewpoint on what the economy is going through and how they're adapting their portfolio. Because the more information you have from more people, the better your chances are at investing successfully.
Yeah, just like Chainlink, for example. I've been doing a lot of research on Chainlink, and evidently I do a lot of research of what the narrative is going to be next bull run, and there's three narratives that are going to do well next bull run. The first one is tokenizing real world assets, so that's Chainlink and Quant. That's why I hold Chainlink and Quant. And the second one is interoperability. That's why I hold Polkadot and Quant as well. Chainlink's also interoperability. And then, so you have the tokenizing real assets, you have interoperability, and then you have the layer two narrative. So those three narratives, if you hold coins in those three narratives, they're bound to increase in value because layer two's Arbitrum, it's going to do well. The only thing I don't like about Arbitrum is so there's like 10 billion tokens, right? Only 1.3 billion of those are in circulation. And what they're doing is they have a vesting schedule of releasing those tokens. So I think by next bull run, there's going to be about 3 billion of those, maybe 4 billion of those tokens out of the 10 billion. So even
Hmm.
then, it's still going to be a large amount that's still locked out versus what's circulating.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the risk that we play. But I still think it's a good idea to get involved in it right now. But make sure you're putting it as a percentage to your portfolio. So I'd recommend if you got a small portfolio, put like 1% to it. Like for Cody, for instance, $500. Put it in there and just let it sit. As you build your other investments and come back to it, put a little bit more into it and just kind of grow it that way. Don't
Yeah.
try to like, oh, I'm gonna put like half my portfolio into it. No, don't do that. It's just an add-on to the portfolio. And keep in mind, my risk level is a little different. If I lose my position on Arbitrum, I will not be losing my shirt.
Like for me, like I have 90 quant right now, so I need 10 more quant to hit 100. So once I buy 10 more quant and I hit 100, that's when I'm gonna leave my quant bag alone, let it sit until next bull run, and then I'm going to start accumulating Chainlink. My goal is to have at least 500 to 700 link tokens by the end of this year. So I'm hoping that the price of Chainlink can, kind of trade sideways for the next few months. It could 2x by the end
Mhm.
of this year. By the end of this year, Chainlink could be sitting anywhere from 30 to 50, $40. But I see in the bull run,
Mhm.
I see at least a 2x above all-time high. So 2021's all-time high was May of 2021. It was at $52. I see it doubling from there. I see it hitting 100, even with more tokens in circulation, because in the whole bear market, even though Chainlink is up on the year, more tokens from the max supply has been added into the circulation. But even with that being said, it's still going to do well because, you have people like Larry Fink paying attention to it.
Oh, absolutely. And also keep in mind, guys, we're going to get I think we're going to start seeing some crypto legislation come through, especially after the election. Because let me tell you, this election is going to be crazy and wild, and it's going to cause a lot of chaos and turmoil. But I think they're going to try and make the markets like run hot, so that way people feel like everything's going great, so the POTUS can get
I have
reelected.
a feeling, and this is just speculation, but I have a feeling that Donald Trump will win the election. And here's why: because I saw this insanely rich guy on TikTok. He's a CEO. He actually made a TikTok about this one topic, and he said Donald Trump being president would actually make us richer because under Donald Trump's legislation or whatever, they're actually really going to release procedures that actually helps CEOs and business owners and stuff, and a lot of wealthy people want Trump in office.
Yeah, and I will say this: like, he's going to make my taxes a little better. He's going to make life a little bit better. He's going to ease back some of the legislation that has been pushed forward because a lot of people don't know the Biden administration, through an executive order right before the beginning of this year, put a lot of like the trucking industry, the agriculture industry are no longer overtime exempt. So they got to pay people overtime. And it's crazy because it's causing mass chaos and a lot of movers are going out of business. A lot of truckers are small trucking companies are going out of business. And
Why
it's
do you
like
think? Why do you think that was done? Sorry to interrupt you, but why do you think that was done?
that was done to kind of disrupt those fields a little bit. It's kind of weird because Democrats used to be for against big business, but now Democrats are really focusing on big business and big businesses taking over. They want like one entity running a sector. It's kind of what the game plan is. I talked to a lot of wealthier people who are Democratic, and I talk a lot of wealthy people who are Republican or on the Republican Party. I can tell you this: Democratic millionaires want big government, and they don't want anyone else small to rise up. And Republicans are like, yeah, they're all for small business. They want those competitors. They like the fear of a new guy coming in and messing everything up and changing the game. That's
I
how
thought it was the
work.
opposite. They like see if you go on TikTok and stuff, TikTok makes it seem it's the opposite. TikTok makes it seem like the Republican side is all for big government and big businesses, and the Democratic side is all about small, you know, mom and pop businesses. And that's crazy because you would assume, especially based
Well,
off TikTok. And I'll
well,
bring up Tik. Oh, sorry.
no, I'll get to you in a second, but you got to understand is that you're raising minimum wage. So if minimum wage gets raised again, like minimum wage got raised to $15 in a lot of states, mom and pop shops can't afford to hire anybody and pay the employer payroll taxes as well as pay them $15 an hour and maintain being competitive. So they're either not hiring anybody or they're closing their doors. Whereas the Republican side wants to just say, hey, government is supposed to protect national security and our rights, and that's it. We'll just leave it alone after that. That's what they want us to do. But right now, it's just crazy because you talk to someone who aligns as a liberal, they don't want someone like me building a business from scratch, growing and building up. They want
Ah,
to have the position to where we can never get there, but they want to make all the money.
yeah.
Where
See, that's the
if you were
thing.
to go back 30 years ago, that was how every Republican was, and every Democrat was like, no, we're against big companies, we're against big government, we're against all this stuff, fight the system. That's how it was. Now, the roles have reversed. And because for the majority of the last 30, 40 years, Democrats have really been winning. So, with winning, they've been making a lot of money. And now, like anybody who has made a lot of money, they don't want anyone else to come up and make money. They want it all for themselves.
So pretty much what you're saying is they became what they despised the most.
Exactly. And
Even
Republicans became what they despised too.
yeah,
Keep that in mind because they despised small business, free market way back in the day, but now they are free market, free rights, all that stuff.
yeah,
That's
I've
what they are.
noticed that too. But it's like for example, the Democratic Party in 2020 received like what 180 million from Sam Bankman-Fried, something like that.
Yeah. And he's still walking around with like $600 he
Have
has
we
access to.
heard any updates on if the Democratic Party has to return that money back? Like, has there been anything said about that in court documents or anything that the Democratic Party has to claw that money back?
Well, the Democrats, and he gave to some Republicans, they all have to give that money back. It's being clawed back. So it's not any news. It's what it is now that the FTX case is over and there's a trustee on recovering the assets, they're just knocking on doors saying, come in, get that stuff and go.
So he's getting life. So wait, this might be a stupid question. Has he already gotten life? What is his sentence? Like, what time is he doing?
He got 115 years.
Damn.
That's That's what Bankman, he got 115 years. Now, his sentencing on what he's actually going to get is coming in March. Shout out to REA. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. We'll talk about your topics in just a quick second. And
Yeah, it says
we appreciate
110 years maximum.
he's got 110 years maximum. But he's going to get sentenced in March. Now that might get pushed back, that might not. I know that his parents are trying to fight to because he's young, made a mistake, but you made too much mistake.
Too big.
He's too young,
I will say though,
and
I'm
that's
sorry to cut you off. I do have to go into work. I have 5 minutes until I need to clock in, so I'm gonna wrap it up on this one.
yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for joining in, Cody,
Yes,
and
sir.
have a good day at work. We're
Back
gonna
to the
see you next
grind.
live. Yep, absolutely. Back to the grind. Shout out to REA. Why the super chat super option is not open for you? We haven't hit 500 subscribers yet. We're only at 255, but we're growing, and we need to get to 500 subscribers to get that option. So right now, Cody and I just like doing this for fun. But shout out to REA joining in, and I see here we got Ash Kumar.
Oh,
Hey there, welcome in. Glad to have you in there.
how are you, brother?
Pretty good. What are some of your thoughts? Are you adapting? Talk about your portfolio a little bit. I'll give you the floor for about a minute there.
Yeah, do you look at stocks or crypto?
We look at stocks, crypto, real estate, businesses, the economy, everything. That's
I
what we
mean, in Nasdaq, right?
Nasdaq, Dow. Basically, we look at mainly American companies. We don't look at overseas companies more so.
Uh, can you look at quantum computer stock, Rigetti Computing,
Do you know the ticker symbol for me?
RGTI?
RGTI. Let's see. Rigetti Computing.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you there, buddy. I normally stay away from like these small cap stocks, but let's just take a look at the overall chart there for a second and see if I can get the financials real quick for you here.
Actually, I buy this because Air Force has buy the Rigetti Computing quantum computers.
Okay. Well, how far out are they on quantum computing? Because
And
as far as
it is, sorry to interrupt, it is said that if any quantum computer hits 300 qubits, it will be a a supercomputer. It will exceed supercomputers, and they have already hit 84 qubits.
okay, can they maintain that for like a 24-hour period, or is it still just
It's already in AWS cloud, you know. That's why I buy it.
okay? Okay, so can you give me a little bit of insight while I'm looking at the numbers and everything in the news? Can you tell me why did you make this decision to get into it, and then what
Uh,
percentage of your portfolio is it?
Actually, I buy this, and 90% of my portfolio is. Actually, I buy
Okay,
this because there is a research, there is an article said that if any quantum computer hits 300 qubits, it will destroy all semiconductor computers and everything. That calculation will be so much powerful. Every company is trying to hit 300 qubits, but nobody is yet, perfectly hit that. So if Rigetti hits that, it will be, very much changing, revolutionizing.
okay, I agree with you. I mean, quantum computing is where we're going to have to go for the next step of technological innovation and revolution. And quantum computing does have a lot of capability that we can bring to it. But for me, like I said, I don't touch base on this market a lot because I'm more of blue chip sector stocks, and right now I don't put a lot of stocks into risky things, especially right now with the markets, because I am investing mainly in my real estate company where I keep buying more rental properties, and I'm going to just keep putting a steady amount into like index funds and financial advisors who manage a fund for me. So, and that's just my personal opinion, guys. Like, you got to do your own research, do really look into it. I used to be a licensed stockbroker, so you really got to pay attention to the financials, the news, and consumer and investor sentiment about a company before you make the investment. So, like Kumar here, he did his research. He's continuing to do his research and has decided to make that his play. However, me as being a part of the financial industry, Kumar, I would recommend that you diversify a little bit there. Don't have this one be your 90%, but put something more into something stable so that we can hold your value of your portfolio while you try to make a growth position off of this stock. But I do
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on.
that R3A is me only who came in chat. I invest in crypto and also stocks.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, we're definitely glad to have you in here. Really appreciate your thoughts and opinion on that. So, really enjoy you coming in here, and hope you come back on some of our lives. I know you're kind of coming in right at the end. I got to get going as well because I do
Do
have
you do
a
you
few.
invest in crypto?
Do I invest in crypto?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So, and I didn't really cover this right now, but so I'll go over this because I normally do this on what's in your portfolio. I do have invest in crypto. I have a 2.9 million crypto portfolio. I have a 2.6 million stock portfolio. I do have about $600,000 invested in private equity on Link2. I also have my reserve funds from Betterment, Wealthfront, and a Roth IRA. About 2.7 million. And right now, as you guys know, I've been liquidating some things. If you guys have been following me over the past, I have 2.1 million in cash that I'm waiting to either put into more real estate or into my furniture store business, or I'm going to put back into the stock market or crypto. Don't know yet. It's just kind of sitting there right now. As well as you guys know, I own a moving company, a furniture store chain, a real estate company, which I just have rental properties, and I have a third ownership of a construction company, which is doing very well down in Texas. So, and that's kind of what my portfolio is. This is why we say we just don't talk about stocks or crypto. We talk about everything because everything does play into what you're investing.
Which chain do you like? Ethereum, Solana, which one?
Um, you said ADM or Solana?
No, no, Ethereum or Solana, which
Oh,
one?
Ethereum. I have more money in on Ethereum than I do on Solana. I was never keen on Solana because it was crashing when I got into crypto. Solana was doing a lot of crashing. When I started really investing heavily in crypto, the I started investing really heavy into crypto. I bought a little bit of Solana, but I am exiting out of my position on Solana. And I'm staying with ETH because I believe ETH is going to be there for the long term, not necessarily and it's not necessarily, I don't think it's going to get overtaken. I think Solana might become just a good alternative, but it's not going to overtake Ethereum for what it is because too many retail investors are involved in it. Too many projects are involved in it, all the NFTs and all the ERC20 tokens. It just seems like it's better to put the money into Ethereum, even though the ROI on Ethereum is lower than Solana potentially, but Ethereum has a more guaranteed ability to hit that return on investment than Solana does. Just my opinion, though.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. Ethereum smart contracts are best. Do you invest in Web3 projects?
I have not. I'm actually still reading up on Web3. What I do know about Web3 is that Web3 is definitely a fast and growing ecosystem of the tech area. I recommend people who want to get into coding and everything get into Web3 because they are hiring like crazy for that, and that seems to be where the good paying tech positions are. But as far as it is going to become something down the road. Just right now, it's in the very infancy of it. So if you're investing in projects that are
In
it right now, it's just you got a long time before you get to that return on investment. That's just what I'm thinking.
I actually invest in Solana chain Web3 project because Ethereum gas fees is very high. So imagine millions of people, they can't use Ethereum blockchain for Web3 projects.
Okay. I didn't know about that. Um and like I said, that's an excellent point as to why to go into Solana or even Chainlink and Dot. I think are doing some Web3 development as well. But I'm just as far as for this bull run or what's coming in the next couple of years, that's what I'm investing in. Um, and that's why I think has the best return on investment for me. And then we'll have to see after I cash out my positions in that bull run, and then we'll have to see where I'm going at that point. And for me, that's like that's almost a year and a half, 2 years from now, when I think that bull run is really going to hit for us. But Kumar, I'm gonna have you hop off right now, but I really do appreciate you joining in. Thanks for your support. Hope you like the live and give us a subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Really appreciate you joining in.
When will you come next? Actually, I am from India, so I suddenly opened YouTube and I saw you when I write crypto.
Okay. Well, we do what's in your portfolio every Sunday. Usually we're on at 10 a.m. We're kind of a little late today. We're on at 11. We do your morning market news at 8:30 Central Time in the U.S. Monday through Friday, and then we do Money Monday on at 6 p.m. on Monday, and then we do market close on Friday. And then of course I do a lot of Patreon exclusive stuff over the week with the Patreon members. But I know it gets to be a little hard for you sometimes to come on because it's such a time zone difference. But Kumar, really appreciate you joining in. Wish you the best and success, and hope that you make a lot of money in this next bull run. And I hope that you keep doing your research and trying to make the best decision you can.
Will you come tomorrow?
Yes, I will be on live tomorrow morning.
That's great. Actually, time zone is different, that's why, sorry. So, can you tell your time zone, like when approx?
It will be 8:30 a.m. Central Time.
Okay, okay, that's great. Okay, man, bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, Kumar. Thanks for joining. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I do see quite a few of you guys on Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, even too. So really appreciate you guys joining in. As you can see, you guys can certainly come on, ask your questions away. Definitely enjoy your company and enjoy your guys' viewpoints. And we really appreciate your support. So give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you want to watch the replays, they're all on YouTube and Rumble, and you can go through them. Got hundreds of hours of stuff on there. And also, if you guys could give us a subscribe and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and also go to our new TikTok. Unfortunately, we got banned. Um, I don't know why, but we just got knocked off. So we're back on TikTok under Simply Investing 60. So join us there. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful day.